Hi. Sorry, that was loud. New system, new setup, new lights, all sorts of shenanigans going on. Gonna try to do this again, now with better production value and me really making an effort. Does that sound good? Let's play some Fortnite and who knows what and just enjoy ourselves. I think that's the plan. Uh, I'm Dave. I know there's nobody watching. I know that, but you gotta spend money to make money. You know what I mean? You gotta play for nobody. If you're not playing for yourself, then who are you playing for? Really? You know what I mean? So that's the idea. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm playing for myself. I'm giving the illusion that I have a community when really I'm just begging for you to like my personality. And I hope that is coming across in a not abrasive or annoying way. So I would love for you to join this fabulous community that I'm going to start building in playing beautiful video gameage. Maybe I'll get my friends to join me. I have a couple of people who look even older than me. What? Yes, they exist, and they also play video games. So we're going to see if that can work. We're going to talk movies. We're going to talk politics. We're going to be modestly good at this game, but probably not, you know, not fabulous compared to some of the twitchy kids of the next generation. But we're gonna have some fun because I enjoy doing this on my time off. Uh, but yeah, welcome. We're playing a little a 40 night right now. I believe that's what the kids are calling it these days. Uh, I do a lot of stuff on social media. I am relatively large on TikTok, where I do a bunch of political and comedy sketches and commentary about comic book movies and film and things of that ilk in general. But I don't know. You may have seen my big forehead elsewhere, and you're like, "Oh yeah, that guy." In which case, hang out. Pull up a chair. Let's chill. I enjoy Fortnite. Ooh, there we go. I don't like baseball. um, I play Fortnite because of the action involved. Some of my friends are very much into Apex Legends, which, as I slowly learn and play, I'm enjoying more and more. But I mean, I'll be damned if like I just you'll run around doing nothing and scrounging for equipment, and then get shot, and you're like, well, "That was fun. That was 20 minutes of my life I can't get back." Um, so until I learn how to play it and I get good, I'm kind of avoiding it right now. But I also very much enjoy solo RPGs and action adventure games. But this really does scratch that itch where you just want a couple of minutes to kill and do some fun, dangerous destruction and mayhem. Also, I get to be a giant cartoon cat, which is really up my alley. Whoa. Okay. That was nice. Good work. That guy did not like my comment about being a giant cartoon cat, did he? Oh no. I'm being targeted. Ooh, people. That's got to be tough on the knees, doesn't it? I'll take that one. No, we can't, because we're being hunted. It's all right. I've got her. Clever girl. Felix Insanity. Legally distinct Spider-Man web shooters. So they like had Spider-Man, and then when they lost the rights to be able to, you know, just call everything a Spider-Man, you know, the Marvel theme stuff, they're just like, yeah, this is the grapple gun. But you all know what it really is. So much click-clacking of, I swear the greatest sound in the world is the click-clack of picking up ammo and loot. They've figured out a way to just make that so satisfying. That would be my ASMR, like to go to sleep to, would just be the sound of like, ah, fully kitted out. I can go to bed now. Yes, I am really Felix the cat. That is 100%. No, this is the legally distinct Felix the cat. You know, it's the one, whatever. You know, the Fortnite equivalent. Did you know? Fun fact: Felix the cat was the first TV star in history. Apparently, when they first created the studio that they were going to use to make the first television stations, they needed something to see if the set, if I remember this correctly, if the set would or would not melt under the hot lights of yeah, no, I don't I don't think the kids at Fortnite know Felix the cat, but the kids who they used a Felix the cat doll on the original set for the first television that was ever created to see if it would melt under the hot lights to light the set. So the first thing that was ever broadcast on television was a Felix the cat doll, which, you know, I mean, I don't know if it's something that you care about, but boy, if you could like be able to see, like if they still have that at the Smithsonian somewhere, that would be amazing. But I just thought that was a fun little piece of trivia. I love that idea. I love the idea of Fortnite now, like, combining forces with intellectual properties that nobody has heard of for the last, like, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. That's hilarious to me. Gotcha. Just like, you know, yeah, Fortnite teams with Betty Boop. And it's like, what? Fortnite and the Three Stooges? I would watch that. Gotcha. Nice to. Oh, I should have done like a catchphrase. Get the lead out, something like that. That would have been great. Mom, who the heck are Abbott and Costello in my Fortnite? That's true, Schubert. Like, wouldn't that be hilarious to just like It's literally just for the handful of millennials who play Fortnite who are like, "Are you kidding me? A Harold Lloyd character in Fortnite? Oh my goodness, I will play the crap out of that." Or you know, here's what would happen. The kids would start to like them ironically. So it would be like everyone would be playing as Laurel and Hardy as a joke because no one knew who it was. That's what would probably happen because we can't you can't troll a troll. I mean, it's so like here's how old I am. Like I'm only almost 40 only. And I know that like if I even the stuff that I grew up with as a kid, like animated Batman, or X-Men the cartoon show or Thundercats, even that would be too old for these kids to know the references to. They'd be like, "This is stupid. Well, who are these characters?" Silverhawks. All right. What's next? Well, thanks to TikTok, I learned that Bugs Bunny is just a parody of Bing Crosby or something. Yeah, like, I mean, everybody's a parody of somebody else. And so it's so funny how you find out that, I mean, wasn't it also like, when he says Doc, isn't that like a, oh God, who is it? Edward R. Murrow? Not Edward R. Murrow. Who's the guy? Who's the guy from? Oh, I'm unfortunately in Fortnite brain right now, and I can't remember. Edward G. Robinson. There we go. I bet this is the first time anyone has referenced Edward G. Robinson while playing Fortnite. Oh my God. Yeah, isn't that a? I don't know. There's something where it's like everything is a version of everything else. I was never really big into Bugs. I always liked Daffy a little bit more because I thought Daffy was like actually had some character to him. Bugs was just kind of a dick. Really? Really? All right. Come on, come to me. Come to me. Is that a mammoth pistol? Oh, and a submachine gun. All right, we're good. But maybe that's the only way you could like actually. I think we're onto something here, Shoebird. I think the idea is the only way to like keep the old entertainment properties alive would be to every now and then you give them as a skin in Fortnite or Apex Legends or something, and you just like, you have like a little bio where it's like, your great grandfather loved this character. This used to be what comedy was. And people are just like, oh, okay, sure. But Fortnite becomes like an educational thing. Seriously? Can I do it? Ah, that would have been nice. Through the tall grass. Ah. That went actually quite well. Hopefully. I saved you. You don't worry. You're mine. You're mine now. Oh, no. There we go. You don't want the kids learning about Ren and Stimpy? You know what? I don't think the kids would ever appreciate or understand Ren and Stimpy, no matter how hard you tried. I think that that's one where it was like, it was the early 90s. There was there was nothing, you know, like, if you tried to do Ren and Stimpy now, I don't think the kids would get it. I don't think I got it, but as a kid, I was like, this is brilliant. Call the police. Who's shooting at me? Where are you? Make sure everything I have is full of ammo, not making the same mistakes I did last time. Yeah, I guess that's how I know, like, I really liked a show. Like, I never really enjoyed Rocko's Modern Life when I was a kid. But that's a show that could be made now, and I think people would get it. But Ren and Stimpy I loved because it was so of the time. There's no way. I mean, this gun is pretty broken. I don't want to use it, but considering it really is the only... I mean, if I'm gonna die to it every game, then I'm gonna use it. I guess I should start playing with purpose. I had no idea we were already down to like the last 13. We're down to 6. Okay, never mind. Wish I had something slightly longer range here. This is where, you should know, this is where I always choke. Yeah, it is in the game, so why not use it? You're right. You're 100% right. It's just because at some point, I feel like I get worked by people using it. And I'm like, all right, well, oof, that was a little too easy. Oh boy. This area is way too large for just the two of us. Just the two of us. I want to get my crown, just the two of us. Oh boy, they've got the zone. I know they've probably got the high ground. I have such low ground. This is always where I choke. Every time. Get up there. This is so much ground to cover for just 2 people. That's better. Come to me. There you are. Oh boy, this is not good. Oh boy. I need a bouncy. I want to use that. Oh, I do not have mobility. Come to me. I mean, I got no mobility here. Where'd he go? Oh, don't try to take me out with an Autobot weapon. Oh, all right, not bad for a first game. All right, okay, all right. I am not great at this, but that was pretty good. All right, we'll be right back. Was that an Amway meeting?
You and me, kid. We're going places.
Boy, those suspenders are going places.
Subject Delta is now trapped in Pauper's Drop.
Yeah, last time I tried to do the Pauper's Drop on the dance floor, I tore a ligament. I'm legally distinct from the Hulk!
I expect you're gonna have to work out how he got so burly.
P90X?
Are we gonna be together again, Daddy?
Yeah, until I find a nice vent for you to hang out in. At first I thought that this game teaches you how to be a dad, but really it teaches you how to be like a divorced dad, because it's like, alright, we're gonna have some fun, and now I'm gonna send you back to Mom. I'll see you in 2 weeks, okay? Tell her I said hi, and tell her the check's in the mail, you know? Okay, talk to you later. Think I'll wear the blue dress.
The Tin Daddy is not a man. It is half dog.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are Half Dog and the Tin Daddies.
To condemn our children to
Not a bad band name.
walking death. But I can't seem to quit this grin.
Quit This Grin is going to be playing at Lollapalooza.
Let's be on our way. Eleanor's waiting.
Eleanor's Waiting was great at Coachella.
The Tin Daddy does not have a family of its own.
Aw.
It is a made thing.
What about the family I meet along the way?
Okay, so the 90s.
This is the mid-90s.
Are we gonna
Was that an Amway meeting?
You and me, kid. We're going places.
Boy, those suspenders are going places. Whew. Gotta thank the bus driver for that one. That was a tense game. I didn't even really know that I lost my mobility there, that I ran out of legally distinct Spider-Man web shooter. Yeah, who would be other like characters that as old people playing Fortnite you'd love to see get a shake? Like, even if you did Looney Tunes characters, I think the kids would just be like, what, who, like, even though they're still in the public consciousness, it's just way too dated. I'm trying to think. Like, what if you did like a Howdy Doody? So all these kids like, what the hell is this? Oh man, all I got is a shotty. All I need is a shotgun. Where you at? Wow. Uh-oh. All right, this is a game. Gotcha. Why is a man dog? Oh, if they did Spaceballs? Oh, that'd be great. Oh, Spaceballs. The Fortnite characters. Oh, what a great idea. That we need to sell. We need to book it. Book it, Dano. That would do well. Like people, I think people would play that. That would drag people out to play. Gumby, yeah. Anything from my youth. I mean, you've literally, I mean, at some point Fortnite has covered all of their bases and already done everything that it's possible to do. So like what else is there besides IPs that nobody cares about anymore? When was the last time that like an old IP was brought back? Was it Transformers? Was that the last time that an old IP was brought back and had like massive rejuvenated success? Which is surprising because I loved Transformers growing up and absolutely hate the Michael Bay movies. Any of the live action movies, I'm like, this is absolutely horrific. Come to me. Where was I? Yeah, I do think it's gonna be... I do think it's probably got to be Transformers, the last one where it was like, let's take this long dormant... Actually, not long dormant, because there's always been cartoons and updates to the series. But I don't think it was as popular. But, like, is there anything like Popeye or something? Turtles, yeah. G.I. Joe, yeah. It didn't get a lot of traction. You're right. I think, like, what's one where, like Popeye levels, where, like, legitimately there hasn't been a show, nobody has touched it, and someone's been like, oh yeah, and done something with it, because all those that you're talking about have kind of stayed alive in some manner or another, even if they're not being watched. But what I'm amazed by is the fact that, like, I grew up with Transformers. I was a huge Beast Wars fan. Loved every single thing about the Beast Wars. Watched every episode, recorded every episode, had them all on VHS tape that I recorded myself. And if you had told me when I was a kid that there was going to be a Beast Wars movie, I would have lost my mind. As the sketch that I show in my thing, like, I would have lost my mind. But it's so not the thing I liked when I was a kid, or what I want as an adult is not the same thing that I wanted when I was a kid. I don't know. Like, I didn't even see the Beast Wars movie because I was just like, this doesn't appeal to me. I saw the first movie and I'm like, yeah, no, thank you. Am I making any sense? Elder Millennial nostalgia isn't a big selling point for me. So when Stranger Things came out, I watched it forever because it's the only thing people would describe about it was the nostalgia bombing. Yeah, but at least at least Stranger Things was a new IP trying to ape off nostalgia. Like, yeah, okay, but it was like new music. Like the soundtrack was new music. It was new characters, and yeah, they were referencing things from the '80s. But I appreciate nostalgia bait if it's used to create something new, rather than, hey, let's just dig up Transformers and try to make kids who love Transformers as a kid go see it again, even though it really shares nothing in common, none of the values, none of the heart, none of the complexity, in my opinion. But like, I don't know. But you're right. Like, you know, as I'm getting up there too. I don't know what an elder millennial would be considered, but I was born in '83, so I'm just kind of like, I'm just ancient, you know. But do you think that there's like somewhere in a studio right now, even though they're just you know, right now chomping their cigars, stroking their bags of money, and saying we're not going to pay our workers fairly. But do you think, like, in general, that there's somewhere in a studio where producers and writers are literally just scratching their heads trying to figure out what, rather than create something new, what is the next big thing that we can take that has already had an IP that already is there for us. We could spend all this time and create something new and build something that people care about from the ground up, but no. What's something that people haven't thought about in 60 years, but has intellectual, what's the term? What's the phrase where it's like this has like awareness in the public consciousness? I bet there's just round the clock, 24/7 people doing that, just going like, what could we do? I agree, it's great. It's not just the longest time. My only promotion I have is a nostalgia. Yeah, Stranger Things is a good story. It's just, it just, you got to get over. Lever action. Oh yeah, just give me a bunch of shotguns. That's all I need. Ooh, are these characters? Ooh, come to me. Gotcha. Good work. Oh boy. Yeah. I mean, I've got pretty good weapons. No, let's do it. Oh my god. Aim, Dave. Aim. How much life does he have? Thank you. That was too much of an ordeal. I actually don't know where it is here. Gotta go down. I don't think I've ever gone to the one here. Where do I go? How do I get down to this one? There we go. Wow. I mean, basically, that's basically the bread and butter of Marvel and DC, selling our childhoods back to us. You're 100% right. What I think people don't really conceptualize about Marvel was the great thing that they did was they took characters, Thor and Iron Man, and told great stories with them. And that was some people's childhoods, but it was still not the big hitters, the popular characters. So while, yes, they did sell our childhoods back to us, they also told like unique stories with characters we kind of didn't care about. enough to a point where they at least sold us, hey, trust us. Like, I'm a stand-up comedian, and it's very important, like, when you first come out, to tell a great joke up top so that the audience knows that they can trust you. And I feel like that's what Marvel did, which was why Marvel got all of this credibility when they first started, which is to say, hey, look, we're going to get you to care about characters that you didn't care about yet. But then as soon as they started to move from that to leaning on our nostalgia, like you're saying, you're 100% right. It just became, let's literally just sell their the nostalgia back to them. They'll buy all of this again. They bought all the comic books, now let's make them see all the movies. And then the story started to drift, and it started to become just... Oh boy, I gotta keep moving. But they at least hid... my point is, they hid the nostalgia bait before. Or they were better at hiding it. They made it at least look like, yeah, we want to tell these stories. Where you at? Come to me. Ah, I knew it. Don't have anything. Nice try. That was fun. I need mobility. Like, what am I doing? Running around with no mobility. Really? That's all that leveled. There we go. Thank you. Thermal mud vision helped me out last time, so let's stick with that. Hi. Warty Hoggy. Oh, this is fun. I just want to think of all the characters that could be reintroduced in Fortnite. It is Pumbaa. Pumbaa! When I was a young warthog. Come here. I mean, you want to talk about selling our childhood back to us. Disney with all of the live action animated movies. It's like, guys, we already saw all these movies. I don't know about you, but every time I saw one of those live action Disney movie remakes of one of my favorite childhood shows, it was literally like, okay, all I'm watching this for is to see what they changed. What line did you switch? What did you make more modern and woke? Which is fine, you know, modern sensibilities for the audiences, but like, what did you take out because clearly it was problematic in the early 90s when they wrote it, but nobody cared, and now we are much more sensitive to things. What have you changed? What lines did you add? And like with the Aladdin movie, I was just like, you threw in that joke? The movie itself was perfect. You didn't need to add a joke that was bad. You literally worsened the script that I love. Risk it. I don't think there's anybody up there because I would have seen him. It would be a good vantage point, but let's go over here instead. Can I hire you? Because that would be nice. Prop disguise. I don't know. Nah, don't need it. Yeah, those, and they would argue. I love the idea of saying that this new um Lion King is a live action Lion King. Like, no, it's still CG. You didn't actually get the lions to talk. It's still CG. It's still animated. It's just CG now. You didn't do anything. Well, they can't go changing a white character to one of color, or by gosh, some guy from Alabama isn't going to watch it, even though he never would have. That's a great point. Like, it's like mermaids have to be this color. It's like, really, like, come on. Like, I like that. That's what they think. Uh oh, where are you at? Well, we both had a drum shotgun, yet somehow. Well, that was very frustrating. We'll be right back.
I wish there was a Beast Wars movie.
It'll happen. Hey, I'm you in 2023. So yeah, that Beast Wars movie comes out.
Is it like the most amazing movie ever?
I don't know, we didn't see it.
Well, do we still read Marvel Comics?
Actually, they do movies now.
They made a Marvel movie?
30 of them.
And?
Well, actually, sometimes we make money criticizing how the last dozen weren't as good as the first dozen. And what is that, like a CD player? What, oh, this? Kinda. I mean, like, this button plays music. What kind of music? All of it. All of it. But, like, right now we're more into, like, true crime podcasts. And what is that? Just people talking about, like, horrific crimes and violence. You're not really selling adulthood. You know what? I am realizing that. I'm just gonna, head out, so.
Oh, wait, before you go.
Our Pog collection. It comes in handy, right?
Yeah, good.
That's a relief.
All right, everybody, great job wrapping things up. So let's just do a quick recap of the nice clean slate that we've left for James Gunn. So our last moment of the DCEU from our big Solve Everything movie is after a different Batman helps Flash back to a different world with a different Batman, Barry's tooth falls out, which happened before because he lost his healing powers and he glued it back, which probably isn't great to show kids, but doesn't even make the top 10 things we hope people don't emulate from Ezra Miller, but now somehow falls out after his healing powers came back, which is not addressed in the post-credit sequence with Aquaman, whose now next movie we have to explain if he exists in the Snyderverse or this new Snyder plus Flash movie plus Schumacher ? Universe. Also, a Blue Beetle movie, which we've announced as the first Hi. All right, this one I got a good feeling about. Come on. Nice long distance weapon. Perfect. No notes. Oh boy. Oh, that happened. Oh, there's so many people afoot. Come on. Can I get up there? I like my chances against this guy. He doesn't look like he can aim. Sorry, Cable. Oh, that's not how Cable should go out. Speaking of my childhood friends, my childhood X-Men characters, I guess they can put him in there. my enemies. I know you're here. Man, that took out a lot of damage, didn't it? Oh boy. Have fun. Thanks for hanging out for a bit. Shh, I'm hunting. Where's he at? Where you at? Oh, come on. I had no idea where you were. How did you hide from me that well? Oh, soaring sprints. Woohoo! All right. Now it doesn't matter what character I am. I got the soaring sprints. I'm gonna jump around, and no one's gonna be able to stop me. Like this. This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. No one's gonna stop me. Ah! Okay, so, uh-oh. I hear them. Jesus. That was way too close. Way too close. I'm just saying. For how much money I put in this moment here, this spot, stake my claim here, to have this guy get that close to me, I am not good. I don't like the Havoc pump shotgun. It's just, it's way too slow. I know it's powerful, but like, wow, it's just like, nothing I can do. But anyway, the whole idea of what, like, the whole idea of the feeding our nostalgia back to us, that's why there's a part of me that's kind of interested to see what James Gunn is going to do with DC, because he seems to have no interest in creating a a new cinematic universe, because that doesn't appear to be at all what his new slate of movies is doing. He's not starting with Superman. He's starting with the Monster Squad or whatever, and he's telling a story of Batman who's already got a Damian Wayne. Like he's not. So while I am excited to see what he does, because it looks like he's not just nostalgia baiting, I am very worried about the choices to like not start a cinematic universe, because even if the movies are good, he's starting from like a vantage point of Really? I really didn't hit any of those shots. He's starting from a vantage point of like newer fans don't know who these characters are. We don't know the context of like the average audience doesn't know who Damian Wayne is. They don't know who the Authority is. They don't know who any of these characters are. And they were made originally as like a deconstruction. Like the Authority is a deconstruction of the Justice League. If you're not gonna tell a Justice League story in your universe, but you're already gonna kind of deconstruct it, what is that really doing? Come on over. Come on over. Where did you go? Damian Wayne is a reaction. Oh my God, Dave. Dude, I don't know what I have to do there. Like, why is it taking you 2 tries to load your gun? What do I need to do? I mean, I know my aim is garbage right now, but that was ridiculous. Cool. I really need mobility. That's what I need. Mobility anywhere. But like Damian Wayne makes sense because his attitude makes sense because you know Batman's relationship to the other Robins. That's what makes Damian Wayne interesting. So to be starting with these in your fresh new universe implies like you are not telling stories for the masses. You're telling stories for people who are already here, already invested, already comic book fans, which is interesting. But in that case, I don't know why you're adapting things we've already seen. Like, you already know we're coming. Like, you already have our money. Come on up. You're destroying your own area, dude. I'm rushing. You fought valiantly. Where'd he go? Anyway, yeah, that's where I'm at with the whole DC stuff, because it's like, on one hand, I applaud it, because you're not just starting a new hacky cinematic universe just like the last DC universe, where you're just trying to pander to general audiences and tell ham-fisted origin stories that we've already seen before. But also, I don't know if what you're doing is going to be successful. I don't want to fight you, dude. Leave me alone. I don't need your weapons. I don't know if what he's doing is going to be successful because general audiences don't know the context to fully appreciate. Something I've always hated about all of these movies, these modern adaptations like Snyder doing Watchmen. It's like Watchmen is a reaction to decades of comic book movies. He got the absolute, you're not supposed to idolize Rorschach. Like, he got the wrong message from reading Watchmen and like made the wrong movie that glorifies the violence and just makes it another comic book movie. And it's like, that's not what Alan Moore was doing. Ah. Ooh. Yes. I hear... Yeah. Not entirely sure what you were thinking of there. Wow. Okay. I mean, I don't know who you are, but you just... We'll be right back. On this one.
Suggestions for the new DCEU Part 2. Don't give it to one person. You want a plan and you want to stand out from Marvel. Instead of one director for your shared universe and then a bunch of auteurs for your visionary Elseworld standalone stories, and instead of the Marvel formula of everyone towing the line of what seems like an all-encompassing mandated style and energy, flatlighting and quips, make it happen! Here's what you do. You put your grand story together, and then you hire unique directors with vastly different styles. Edgar Wright's The Flash, David Fincher's Batman. And you tell them, here's who these characters are at the beginning of the movie, here's where they need to be at the end, go have fun. Of course, you throw in guardrails of unbreakable core tenets along the way, otherwise you get into Star Wars sequel trilogy territory, where Batman finds out his parents aren't gone, goes on a vision quest to find them, only to find out they are gone and he's actually Joker's grandson. And I know what you're thinking. DC dipped their toe with this plan with the first Wonder Woman, the second Suicide Squad, Shazam. They have done this a little bit, but I say go harder. Have a talented showrunner or team behind the scenes, but we don't even really need to know who they are. As long as they're keeping the grand story in line and catching big inconsistencies before they get out of control. But Dave, what inconsistencies did the old DCEU have? Really, go back and watch Man of Steel with the knowledge everyone on Earth got a magic wish granted in the 80s, and then tell me any of their motivations make sense. I like this idea. What do you think?
I have the idea.
Oh.
We are going to reinvent ice cream. Dippin' Dots.
Okay, well, that's going to be a tough market to penetrate, so like you're thinking supermarkets...
Fairs.
What?
Amusement parks. Zoos. Malls.
Okay, prominently displayed.
Off in the corner.
Okay, well, we'll start hiring vendors.
Machines.
What?
Vending machines with vacuum tubes that are fun to watch once and then they're just annoying.
And they work?
Occasionally.
Okay, you know, I can see how we could, like, sell this as a modest alternative to...
It's the ice cream of the future.
Oh my god.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the show that never ends. It ends. I will have to stop at some point. Yeah, so the more I think about what James Gunn is doing, the more I'm just like, it's a big swing. It really is, because if it works, I just don't know what it works looks like. Does that make sense? Like, who's shooting at me? Oh. Got ya. Houses are side by side. The rent must be. I can't imagine having houses like this. You know you're old when you're playing Fortnite and you're like judging the real estate of the houses. Oh, dude, that wasn't, you ran by you didn't, ooh. That was dumb.
I wish there was a Beast Wars movie.
It'll happen.
Sir, thank you. I wish there was a Beast Wars movie.
It'll happen. Hey, I'm you in 2023. So yeah, that Beast Wars movie comes out.
Is it like the most amazing movie ever?
I don't know, we didn't see it.
Well, do we still read Marvel Comics?
Actually,
Sit right here in the interim until it works. I guess it helps if you're actually here in the game, right? Yeah, I'm learning how to stream. I promise. I'm learning how. It's just taking a while. I'm old. Do you know, me and my millennial buddies were trying to play online together, and we cannot figure out how to get the voice chat to work for us. It is so sad to watch us all go, this says like party channel open, but this says muted everyone. Like when I was a kid, it was so simple. It was like on, off. Friends can hear you, friends can't hear you. Now it's like this whole convoluted process where it's like, all right, we're on party chat, but what are my settings in each of the individual games? And, you know, is cross-play enabled? There's just so much. Oh, I see you, dude. Come to me. Hi! This game is fun. This game is fun. Now, the question is Marvel able to come back from the brink here? The movies are still profitable, question mark, but they have not been making the money that they used to make, and I think they're smart enough to figure it out. I think they get it. I really do, because I think they're kind of going like, we have to spend more time on these characters. We can't force feed these new characters as like... Where you at? Wow. That was fun. Rum. Party opening a portal? Like already though? I do need a shotty. The problem is that what I worry that Marvel doesn't see the difference between what they did with the first couple of phases compared to what they're doing now. It's not go woke, go broke. It's not that the characters are too diverse. It's not that America isn't ready for that. Of course we are. Comic books have been that diverse for decades now. The problem is that they're not telling the good standalone introductory they're not telling the good standalone introductory stories for these characters to get you to want to watch them go to crazy town and have crazier adventures. Like, we had the grounded Captain America and the grounded Iron Man movies, so that when they went into space, it made sense because you watch them live and breathe and die on the ground for normal stakes things. The issue is that now you're kind of post Endgame. You're starting in a world that what's going on? You're starting in a world that, like, half the people in the universe disappeared. That was the where everybody's coming from. So it is a little hard to get us excited with these grounded characters, to identify with them, to understand them. It's one of the things that James Gunn did so well with Guardians of the Galaxy. These are cosmic characters from the get-go, but you still understood them, you still got it. You still were like, "Oh, no. I get these are grounded in somewhat of a humanity where I want to now follow them and see what their story is." But these last couple of phases of Marvel, you're like, wait, I don't even really remember where you introduced some of these characters. I don't remember. They didn't get their own standalone story where they had like a basic arc that, like, you have in a simple movie, so that then you can now go crazy. They're just immediately trying to go crazy, and it's like, we're not there. We're not. The audience is catching up to this. We're not in love with it yet. Where did it go? There we are. I'm done. That with a uncommon alpha assault rifle? Really? Really? I'll take your word for it. All right, so I just saw a video of someone yelling at anybody who didn't like the Joker, so here we go. So as a character study about mental illness in a big city, it's pretty good, but as a Joker movie, beyond the fact that I always enjoy him more without knowing his origin, I never quite knew how invested I was supposed to be. Imagine a Doctor Doom origin story not connected to the MCU, and by the end, you don't even know if it actually was Doctor Doom, or someone who inspires Doctor Doom, or even if there ever will be a Fantastic Four. Now look, not everything needs to be connected to an extended universe, sure, but if it isn't, then what is the declarative contained story that you want to tell besides watered down Taxi Driver? Is it connected to comic books at all? Sometimes it seemed like you wanted me to access my established knowledge of the Batman mythos, but then the third act abandons all of that for a much simpler, grounded descent into madness. Now, if in the sequel he's doing Joker stuff, butting up against Batman, becoming the true clown prince of crime, then I'll definitely give the first movie credit for setting a solid foundation for this new story, but I can't preemptively like the first one for the payoff it hasn't given me yet. I don't know, what do you think?
Men, are you self-conscious about your hairline? Aren't you tired of hiding? Applying topical creams? Scaring children? Using the same bottle of shampoo for what, 2 years now? Blinding people with the sun's reflection off your forehead? Thinking of converting to Judaism for the yarmulkes? Still thinking about when your coworker called you Professor X and everyone at the office cracked up? Knowing it'll rain before anyone else because when it lands on your head it makes a noise? Wearing a cheap wig once is a joke but secretly thinking it's an improvement? Being so afraid of track lighting at bars, you only fantasize about meeting women in dimly lit caves. Dust on your hairbrush. Praying to pagan gods of vitality just in case they're legit. Trips to the barber that don't even...
We're back. Last game. Let's go all the way. Let's crown. I want a crown. Sounds awful out of context. I'm desperate to crown. If I don't crown this game, But yeah, the lesson that Marvel needs to learn is you gotta slow down and tell these stories right. Nobody cares about your big team ups and your cosmic battles if you didn't do the groundwork with your street level stories. Um, they can they have enough characters if they like took a year off and they didn't announce anything and they came back with an X-Men movie. They came back with your Fantastic Four movie, and they came back and they were like, we're going to now tell these grounded stories in the Marvel Universe. We took our time with it. We didn't tease anything. Here everything is. That would be a way to get people excited. Ooh, I'm getting shot at. I don't know where you're shooting me from. I appreciate that, but I don't know who's shooting at me. Yes. That's what Marvel needs to do. They need to reset. They need to go like, we have enough. Oh my God, we have enough money for a minute. We don't need to. We don't need to keep the machine going here. Let's stop. Let's really work on some good stories, and let's kind of do like a minor reboot. And now we can tell the stories of all the characters that people know and love, because you've done the ground. You didn't use those characters for your first couple of phases, so now you can tell those stories. Wow us with an X-Men. Wow us with a Fantastic Four. But they're not going to do that. We all know what they're going to do. They're just, going to keep teasing the next thing at the end of the last thing. And it's going to keep getting more and more shoddy with the writing. And eventually we're just going to it's going to fizzle out, because these movies are going to be so bad that even the hardcore fans are going to be like, I can't follow. I can't follow you guys into the sun. I'm so sorry. So much random shooting going around all over the shop. Because the problem isn't that, Marvel still has cachet, but they're not going to have cachet for long. They're not going to have the audience's sympathy, support, and patience. At some point, we're going to start getting real, what exactly are you asking me to come watch now? Because that's at the end of the day, they're just not good movies. They're just not. Ooh, I already have 5,000 gold. How interesting. How did I not know that? Boy, it's not gonna work. That would be my advice to Marvel. But my advice to movie studios in general, besides pay your workers, would be, you are going to run out of intellectual properties at some point, and you are going to have to start creating your own stuff. You are going to have to start telling original stories again. I will go to the theater. If you showed me tomorrow in a movie theater a trailer for a movie that was incredibly unique, even a hard drama that has no action in it, no movie stars in it, but it looked like a fun, good story. Well, that didn't work out, did it? That didn't work out for me at all. I thought I had the high road. So I'm going to abandon ship and run for my life. That didn't work. Oh boy, I didn't hit that, did I? Oh! Ah! I mean, that was a, all right, you know, not much I could do there. All right, we'll play more later. We'll do this again. Thank you for everybody who hung out and talked and hung out, and let's do this again soon. Bye. Taking my time because I have to